Yeah. So what's the worst area? It's all whole community, right?
Yeah, right there. Magalia. In there.
Where's that originate?
Right now, they're just trying to get this through here. So all this black line that you see is continuing on.
Is that taken?
Yeah. And then when you start seeing the red lines through here.
So this is still going?
Yeah.
Can you show them where it started?
Where did it originate? What time of day is it? Morning, right?
We're still investigating that. Yeah, we're putting a lot of time and effort into making sure we get that straight. But basically, from where he pointed to there, where it hit Highway 99, that was 12 hours. And just
What's the distance? Approximately 20 miles.
So what's left up here? You burning the burn?
yeah, so where they're working right now is all this area along the Feather River. It's all burning through the town.
Will that be contained right there?
Yes. No, it will be. That's what they're doing now. All the black edge is all done. This red part is what they're working on.
That's a big swatch.
148,000 acres.
How much time they had to evacuate from when you had the announcement was?
So this is you guys, were you on duty at the moment?
I came back to duty. This is my battalion. The battalion teams this area. And I was not a commander, but I came back to work to help.
We only had 20 minutes.
Within
20 minutes to evacuate the hospital?
the fire burned, it was into paradise. Less than 2 hours. Less than 2 hours.
So, and I think they all lived it. You have the main flaming front, but you also have spot fires, embers that carried way up the fire and landed. So the fire grew much more quickly because of the wind and the spot fires.
It's been so dry that the fuel is so dry and very receptive for any embers, and so the spotting itself is a long ways ahead.
So the management really is important from now on.
Fuel reduction.
So, an important component here is the water district here. We did some fuel management work. It actually saved the water supply for the town. They opened additional evacuation. Was it Highway 191 is a brand new evacuation. Joe, how that works?
So in recent years, we have paved a way, Highway 191 Skyway up through and out to Houston. It's a winding kind of mountain road, but we did pave that several years ago.
And that was meant for
The traffic, sir, on this road, when I came back this way to start evacuating, there was 5 lanes of traffic coming downhill out of the town.
And did they get caught? Did they get caught?
There are people, most people have made it.
How did they getting out of it? Where's the governor?
There are people escaping. There are people who traffic on Fence Road are three main evacuation routes. Place Road, Park Road, and Skyway. The traffic is so bad in here that I could not get back in here, so I had to come back around and went up Park Road. I drove on the sidewalk to get up the parking down and that's why traffic.
So people get out of the car and there's a lot of them just rain.
People,
For the most part, and their choice.
they felt it was in their best interest to do that. I don't know what was going through their mind to make that decision, but that is something.
How did you notify the community? Was it a reverse 911 or what?
The Sheriff's Department does have a reverse 911, and there is a program that you can sign up for your cell phone, so you have to register your cell phone.
So if you weren't
credit system. So it is a text messages and phone calls that you do get.
Mr. President, your new announcement that you went out, I think about the passenger that you can utilize. If they didn't need somebody, I think you could deliver it to them. This is the area station.
To the wireless commercial system, it's mandatory.
So it's mandatory, so we could have. That's
So they have that ability for it, sometimes the phone with it is trying to do some area, so that we don't want to activate or you want to activate target areas. So sometimes we use different systems to fit on the target, and then they've done a lot of work to expand the evacuation routes here. Highways, and they have cameras up on the peaks to kind of see the standard time, so they've done a lot of work.
When would this be at?
We're targeting the end of November to have a containment line around it.
Is there any more area that homes or people are, any area where population would be threatened?
Well, the main part, the active part of the fire is burned more into the Feather River Canyon along the Plumas National Forest, so much more remote. There's some isolated threats, but obviously everything still remains a bit of a threat because we're still mopping up and containing. But the fire growth has slowed significantly. We're 55% containment. So really buttoning this piece up over the next week will be the key, and then we'll really be able to focus on mop up.
Can you use aerial with the lack of view now?
Yeah, whenever they have an opportunity and they get clear air, they're absolutely using aviation resources, both helicopters and air tankers, to support the firefighters on the ground. This is so steep where we're at now. This is literally these guys, these men and women on the ground cutting hand line.
This looks like a nice production.
Well, all the green is national forest.
In theory, that could.
Absolutely, which is why they're working really hard to put a control line in right here to prevent that. Absolutely, we talked about being dry, absolutely. It's all wildland vegetation. We're hoping for some rain next week, so it should hopefully put some more moisture in here, and we can see more of that and help us a lot.
So the firefighters are doing a great job.
We are very proud of that.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I just say a few words. We all know how tragic this has been, and I find it very hard to find just the right way to put it. People are really working hard. People have suffered, and so many people from so many different places and backgrounds and services have pulled together. And I can say thanks to the firefighters and first responders, and thanks to the federal government. FEMA's been terrific, and I really appreciate the President himself being here and putting the focus and the spotlight on probably the worst tragedy that California's ever faced, at least with fires, which was President Trump.
Well, thank you, Jerry. And I just want to also thank FEMA, law enforcement. You folks have been incredible. First responders, the firefighters, they're out there now. They want to be fine. Got a lot of territory to cover. Still going very heavily. There's a big area of very intense flame right now that's next to a very explosive area, would you say? I mean, it's a very big problem out there going, and they're fighting like hell. We've never seen anything like this in California. We've never seen anything like this, Jerry. It's like total devastation. But again, I want to thank everybody, and Brock is going to give you a little presentation as to where we're going, what we're doing, and how we're doing it But again, the men and women that are fighting this fire are incredible. You know that more than 70 people are lost, are gone. We're looking for hundreds of people right now. There are literally hundreds that they're looking for. And hopefully that's going to be a good conclusion instead of a bad conclusion. Maybe they left and maybe they're with their loved ones somewhere else, so we just don't know about it. But they're looking for hundreds of people. And we'll know the answer to that over the next 48 hours, I think, for the most part. Brock, perhaps you could give a little bit of a presentation as to how we're going to stop the rest of this monster.
Yes, sir. So, Mr. President, as we discussed, this is probably the worst disaster that I've seen in my career. It's going to take a partnership at all levels of government, not only helping the governor achieve his response and recovery goals, but also it's the time for neighbor helping neighbor. That's what's most important. FEMA is on the ground. I've been here since Tuesday, making sure that we have full situational awareness on how to help the state achieve what needs to be done when it comes to the firefighting, but also the taking care of people part, the mass care issue. So we have set up disaster recovery centers where we're also asking people to call 1-800-621-FEMA or go to disasterassistance.gov to register. To this point, as of this morning, I think we've had over 12,000 people already registered into our assistance system, and we've handed out close to $3 million directly to those who have qualified for assistance. Obviously, the firefight is the main priority in taking care of people and making sure that we can get people transitioning out of shelters into longer-term homes. And then we're also working with Mark Gilladucci in the state of California, who's done a tremendous job making sure that we help them understand how we're going to do debris removal and get the infrastructure back up so that we can start to help communities like Concow and Paradise strive for a new normal. So with that, I think it's time for us to turn it over to the incident commanders fighting the fire.
Mr. President, if I can turn you. So this is a progression map of the fire. The blue was the very first day when we experienced the most significant damage. Obviously, it went almost 55,000 acres within the first 12 hours, and almost 8,000 structures were burning that time. So the Concow, Paradise, which you believe in Miguel, were all part of that. There are still significant challenges with the Feather River drainage and the weather, the receiving there, the winds, and the red flag warning is still coming this weekend with a lot of fire. Absolutely. This whole area, especially in the river drainage, and there's still communities of Berry Creek and other communities outside the burn area that we are concerned about. Well, good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. President, do you see any role of climate change in these fires that you've seen in California recently?
Say it.
The role of climate change in these fires in California?
Well, I think you have a lot of factors. We have the management factor that I know Jerry's really been up on and very well. And Gavin is we're going to be looking at it together. And right now that seems to be a very big problem. And we're going to get that problem solved. In the Farm Bill, we're putting quite a bit of money, about $500 million in the Farm Bill for management and maintenance of the forests beyond this area, but really management, $500 million. That'll be in the Farm Bill. We just put it in. Farm Bill's moving along pretty rapidly for our great farmers. But we have a new category, and that's management and maintenance of the forests. It's very important. I want to thank you folks over there, right there, law enforcement. Great job.
Devastation will change your opinion at all on climate change, Mr. President?
No. I have a strong opinion. I want great climate. We're going to have that, and we're going to have forests that are very safe, because we can't go through this every year. We go through this, and we're going to have safe forests, and that's happening as we speak. No, we're going to work together with the federal government. No, state, local, and federal government. Federal government's going to work with the state and local, and we're going to help them with funding. And it's going to take a lot of funding. I will tell you that.
Should they have done things differently before this point?
A lot of things have been learned. And they've been working very hard. And I think you're going to see something very spectacular over the next number of years.
I think if we can really look at the facts from a very open point of view, there are a lot of elements to be considered, and The president came, he saw, and I'm looking forward over the next months and even beyond to really understand this threat of fire, the whole matter of drought and all the rest of it. And it's not one thing, it's a lot of things. And I think if we just open our minds and look at things, we'll get more stuff done.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Kim, I had somebody calling.